Today's sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the birthplace of rock and roll, Cleveland, Ohio, where the ceremonial guitar has been smashed, and that means we are set for football at Huntington Bank Field. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Cleveland Browns. On the Tampa sideline, head coach Todd Bowles. His guys come in on a 2-game skid, hoping to turn things around. On the other side, the head coach of the home team. His guys stuck in a bit of a losing streak right now, hoping the home fans can help them get out of this slump.
Jake Bailey set to kick off.
Here's the punter, Jake Bailey, ready to do the honors. And off we go from Cleveland. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. They'll be led out by the first overall pick in the 2018 draft. A 4-year starter, of course, for the Cleveland Browns. Now going against him, Baker Mayfield. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Irving. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. You look at this Browns defense. They enter this one down in the 26th position in the NFL against the run.
One thing players always tell us is that they never really pay attention to numbers. I don't believe them for a second. They know where they rank, okay? They're not quite at the top, but they're far from the bottom. But let's face it, they want to move up. In order to do that, they got to look at each other and make sure everyone's taking care of their assignments in order to play the run better.
No gain on the play. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. Mayfield looks to throw. That pass caught by Kirk. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Oh, he's got Ibuka. That's complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. 1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Irving is into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. This is a crew. They've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you really have. You're in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
Those are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. Get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. Oh, good return up past the 30. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. They're led out by the son of the Hall of Famer out of Colorado. It's Shedeur Sanders.
And you'd think as a young QB there'd be some nerves leading an offense out to start a game, but haven't seen any sign of them right now. And speaking with him earlier this week, sensed that the pressure wouldn't get to him. He feels comfortable being the face of this offense and shouldering the expectations on game day, even if he doesn't quite have the years of experience other quarterbacks do.
To throw is Sanders. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Yaya Diaby In there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their second down call is going to look like now.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. To throw now, here's Sanders. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up 3rd down. On the sack.
Well, it's apparent that these guys are getting after it right from the opening kickoff. They roll right downfield and score on their first possession. And here on defense, back-to-back sacks. Someone is ready to play.
Facing some long odds here if they hope to convert, as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
This is going to be the matchup to watch out on the perimeter, and it won't be the last time these two go at it. Both of them believe they are the superior. In this case, the win goes to the defense.
So the punt rolls out of bounds, and they'll have pretty good field position here up near the 40-yard line. The Bucs offense and veteran Chris Godwin getting set for this next drive. And he's been filling up the stat sheet on a weekly basis, so to no one's surprise, his name sits near the top of the list in terms of most receptions by a wideout this season. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. Look, they're on the road, so getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
47 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries. And I don't want to harp on it, but this defense among the bottom in the league against the run, and they show it right there.
And it doesn't matter when you get prepared for this defense, whether you're good running the ball or not. That's your plan. Run the ball against them. That's their weakness. And by the way, I think you harped on it.
I did. My bad. And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. They need 2. Here's 3rd down. Mayfield. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. And the Bucs are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2.
Godwin. 1st and goal.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
On 1st and 10, here's Irvin. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
2nd and goal from the 6 this time. Mayfield to throw it. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Buccaneers have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. McLaughlin for the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So the drive there took 6 plays. And the gadget play gets them into the end zone. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. Watson. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
From the gun on third, Watson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. That'll go as a pickup of 8.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago, there's another one right there.
Back to throw, Watson. They're looking for Jeudy, but it's intercepted. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. Following the interception, Mayfield. Open man is Kirk, complete. Down to the 10. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Christian Kirk, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Buccaneers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Boy, still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And it's now 21-0.
Chase McLaughlin.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Browns offense trotting back onto the field. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores. And I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
That's to his running back, Quinshon Judkins.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll make it second down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 30.
Now Watson. Now he's going to step up and run. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
He was certainly quick to atone for his early game interception. Instead of making another mistake forcing something, he reset himself and found a lane to pick up the first down.
Out of the gun, Watson. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. You look at this defense for Tampa Bay. This unit coming into this one ranked number 20 against the pass in the NFL.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
Watson now to throw. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Well, we've seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Here's Watson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
And the Browns.
Well, these guys certainly need something good to go their way because this first quarter has been something of a disaster for them trying to move the ball. But that completion there maybe can get them focused and moving in the right direction.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Boy, and now they can't even get a play off.
Delay of game, offense.
Well, you got to think Charles Atwin's on the quarterback as everybody was up at the line of scrimmage. He just didn't call for the snap in time.
Yeah, I think he needs a little bit better awareness out there because you got to know when the clock's in single digits and either snap it or get a timeout called if you have one.
Watson looks to throw again. That's complete to his rookie 2nd-round pick.
Hook up a 15 yards there. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. 21-0 our score after 1. On to the 2nd from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with 2nd down and less than a yard.
An inside run with Judkins.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. To throw is Watson.
He'll try to pick it up himself.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. 3rd down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out. But his ability to create things with his legs.
And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
Here's Watson.
Now he'll tuck this and run.
And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker.
Partner, was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on second down.
Now it's Watson.
Now he's going to step up and run.
And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to fourth down.
I'm actually looking at this play with defensive eyes here, partner, because they were still laser focused on him after his earlier exploits on this drive. I think they went back to the well just a little bit too soon. He got across the line of scrimmage, but they certainly weren't giving up much more than that.
So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. They will indeed snap it to Watson. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call.
So illegal touching, Charles. If you set foot out of bounds as a receiver, you can't be the first to touch it.
You nailed it on that one. You've got to be mindful of the sideline.
Play fake. Mayfield. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Good work there. You're going to see on play action, they run an out route with the receiver on the outside and let the tight end work the seam in the area beyond him. A great concept, and it leads to a first down.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now Mayfield. Over the middle, he finds Godwin, complete. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the Browns' 45-yard line.
2nd down and a little more than a yard here.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right.
But looking for Godwin again, and he's got him once more. And Godwin going to have a Bucs first down as he's inside the 40 to the 38-yard line.
A gain of 7. First down, Buccaneers.
180.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Mayfield with it once more.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Browns are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered, they had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
The Browns drive about to get started. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down. No, but hold on, you're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
A shotgun snap for Watson. Going for the deep ball. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They're going for it. It's Watson.
He'll try to do it himself.
Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot.
It's a turnover on down.
Baker going to give it to Irving.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there forcing a loss on that play.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Mayfield down. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. To throw, Mayfield.
Right back to Chris Godwin.
And he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe.
So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
After the made field goal, here's McLaughlin back out there to kick it away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Cleveland offense making their way out. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game, and sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
This one is complete to Jenkins.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and run here with Jenkins.
And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This will be a critical call.
And he is caught. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th.
42-yard line.
Sanders to throw.
Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Throwing, Sanders.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Here's Sanders.
And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down. So instead of 4th down, first down.
Well, so much for winning the down you put a lot of emphasis on because 3rd down is key for offense and defense. Instead, you're going to stay on the field and start a new set of downs.
To throw now, here's Sanders.
And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
I'll tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet.
And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half.
After review of the play,
second down and 4. Now Sanders.
Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
But there wasn't much there with that hitch route. They didn't gain what they expected. But sometimes when you call a hitch, you really don't have an alternate to go to. You don't have a second route to throw it to. So sometimes you have to rifle in there and hope for the best.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got him there complete.
Now they got to get to the line quickly.
A gain of 6. And the Browns first down.
To throw again, here's Sanders.
And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try to mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Sanders able to find the open man. That's complete.
And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 16.
Yards on the play. That's another Browns first down.
To throw is Sanders.
This is caught. Touchdown. David Njoku, his first touchdown on the year.
And the Browns get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, He recognized that they were all over that, so he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
One more drive here for the Buccaneer offense in this first half. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room.
And just 18 seconds remain till halftime as they come up on 1st and 10. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8.
Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get fire the cannons. It's a victory here for Tampa Bay.
And it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there, jumped on them, and were never headed.
So for the Bucs, that's now 5 wins on the campaign as they get the job done here. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, not much more to say. They dropped to 1-11. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Jaguars in Jacksonville. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.